How to apply for New York City Housing Connect. To apply for affordable housing through New York City Housing Connect, follow these steps. Visit the NYC Housing Connect website. Go to the official NYC Housing Connect website at www.nychousingconnect.nyc.gov. Create an account. Click on the Create Account button and provide the required information to create your account. This will include your name, email address, and a password. Complete the applicant profile. Log into your account and complete the applicant profile. You'll need to provide details about your household size, income, and any preferences you may have for specific housing options. Search for available listings. Once your profile is complete, you can search for available housing listings. Use the search filters to narrow down your options based on location, household size, and other preferences. Review the eligibility criteria. Before applying for a specific housing unit, make sure to review the eligibility criteria for that particular listing. Each housing development may have different requirements regarding income, household size, and other factors. Submit your application. If you find a housing listing that meets your criteria, click on the Apply button for that unit. You may be required to answer additional questions or provide supporting documents, such as proof of income or identification. Make sure to carefully follow the instructions provided. Wait for a response. After submitting your application, you will receive a confirmation email. Your application will be entered into a lottery system, and if you are selected, you will be contacted for further steps in the application process. Note that the demand for affordable housing in NYC is high, and the process can take time. Provide any additional documentation. If your application is selected, you may be asked to provide additional documentation to verify the information provided in your application. This can include income verification, identification, and other relevant documents. Make sure to submit these documents promptly to move forward with your application. Attend interviews and appointments. If your application progresses, you may be called in for an interview or other appointments with the housing provider. Attend these appointments and provide any requested information or documentation. Receive an offer. If you meet all the eligibility requirements and complete all necessary steps, you will eventually receive an offer for an affordable housing unit. Review the offer carefully and follow the instructions provided to secure your housing. Remember to check the New York City Housing Connect website regularly for updates on your application status and to explore new housing opportunities. Good luck with your application. Eligibility for New York City Housing Connect is based on several factors, including income, household size, and other specific requirements set by the housing developments. While the specific eligibility criteria can vary depending on the housing project, here are some general guidelines. Income. There are income restrictions for affordable housing units. Typically, households must fall within a certain income range to be eligible. The income limits vary based on the size of the household and the specific housing development. Generally, individuals or families with lower incomes are given priority. Household size. The size of your household is an important factor in determining eligibility. Affordable housing units are often designated for specific household sizes, such as studios for single individuals or larger units for families. Citizenship or immigration status. Most New York City Housing Connect units require applicants to be U.S. citizens or have eligible immigration status. Some housing developments may have specific requirements regarding residency or documentation. Preferences. Some housing developments have preferences for certain groups of people, such as individuals with disabilities, veterans, or residents of specific neighborhoods. Meeting these preferences can increase your chances of being selected for a housing unit. It's important to note that the demand for affordable housing in New York City is high, and there are often more applicants than available units. Meeting the basic eligibility requirements does not guarantee that you will be selected for housing. When applying through New York City Housing Connect, carefully review the specific eligibility criteria for each housing listing you are interested in. The requirements will be outlined in the housing advertisement or on the New York City Housing Connect website for each individual listing. Additionally, keep in mind that eligibility criteria and availability of affordable housing units can change over time. It's a good practice to regularly check the New York City Housing Connect website for updates and new listings that match your eligibility criteria. Eligibility for New York City Housing Connect is determined by various factors, including income, household size, and other criteria set by the specific affordable housing development. While the exact eligibility requirements may vary for each housing development, here are some general guidelines. Income limits. Most affordable housing programs have income limits that determine who is eligible to apply. These limits are typically based on the area median income for New York City. The area median income changes annually and is adjusted for household size. Different housing developments may have different income restrictions, such as targeting households at 50% or 80% of the area median income. Household size: the size of your household is taken into account when determining eligibility. The number of people in your household should match the requirements set by the specific housing development. Each development may have its own rules regarding how many bedrooms are suitable for different household sizes. Citizenship or immigration status: generally, eligible applicants for affordable housing must be a United States citizens or have eligible immigration status. Some housing programs may have additional requirements or preferences related to residency or local ties. Credit and background checks: housing providers may conduct credit checks and background screenings to assess an applicant's rental history, criminal records, and financial stability. Certain issues, such as a history of evictions or serious criminal offenses, may affect eligibility. Other preferences: some housing developments prioritize certain groups or individuals, such as veterans, seniors, people with disabilities, or those currently living in overcrowded or substandard housing. Each development may have its own set of preferences, so it's important to review the specific requirements for each listing. It's crucial to note that meeting the eligibility requirements doesn't guarantee you'll be offered housing. Demand for affordable housing in New York City is high, and the selection process often involves a lottery system. Applicants are chosen randomly from a pool of eligible candidates. To determine your specific eligibility for housing through New York City Housing Connect, it's best to review the eligibility criteria provided for each individual listing you are interested in. The New York City Housing Connect website will provide detailed information on the requirements for each available housing unit. Eligibility for New York City Housing Connect is determined by several factors, including income, household size, and other specific requirements set by the housing providers. While the eligibility criteria may vary for each housing development, here are some general guidelines. Income: New York City Housing Connect offers housing options for households with a wide range of incomes. Some units are specifically designated for low-income individuals or families, while others may be available to moderate-income households. The specific income limits are determined by the housing development and can vary depending on the size of the household. Household size: the size of your household, which includes all individuals who will be living in the unit, is an important factor in determining eligibility. Housing units typically have a maximum occupancy limit, and you must have a household size that meets the requirements of the specific unit you are applying for. Citizenship or immigration status: in general, eligibility for affordable housing programs in New York City is not restricted to U.S. citizens. Non-citizens, including lawful permanent residents and individuals with eligible immigration status, are typically eligible to apply. Preferences: some housing developments may have preferences for specific groups, such as veterans, people with disabilities, or residents of a particular neighborhood. Meeting the preference criteria can enhance your chances of being selected for a housing unit. Credit and rental history: housing providers may consider your credit history and rental history when evaluating your application. However, having a poor credit score or previous rental issues does not automatically disqualify you from applying. It's important to note that meeting the eligibility criteria does not guarantee that you will be selected for a housing unit. The demand for affordable housing in New York City is high, and the selection process often involves a lottery system to ensure fairness. When you browse through the available listings on the New York City Housing Connect website, you can review the specific eligibility requirements for each housing development to determine if you meet the criteria. Once again, we want to thank you all for watching our videos. We are just trying to help others. Please make sure to do your own research before applying or accepting an apartment. Ask questions when you get interviewed. Make sure the apartment is a right fit for you and your family. In the description box below, there is a list of videos you can watch. There is a lot of valuable information that can help you through this process. Good luck to everyone.